Hello everyone. Today I am going to discuss the 45th question of database management system. Let's see the question. Here's the question set 45. In here there's a school called Ranabima School and the principal of this school has been decided to create a software to enter the information of teachers and students. So that's the scenario. In my previous video, I have already created the database and some tables related to this scenario. So in the first part of this question, we have to create a table called teacher has subject. We have to create a table teacher has subject, and these are the columns. Here are the instructions to create that table. But in this question series, we have to use DDL queries to create this table. So you can see we have to use DDL queries to create the teacher has subject table. To write DDL queries, I will open this MySQL command line. So here's the software which I'm going to write the DDL queries. So first of all, I have to enter the password. So I will enter the password. So here you can see I have entered the password and I have logged into this, and now I can write the DDL query. So first of all, we have to set which database we are going to use to write those queries. To which database we are creating those tables. So in this we have the database is Ranabima School. So that's the database we are going to use to create those tables. So first of all, we have to say which database we are going to use. Here's the DDL query to get the database. Now we'll run. In the first question, we have to create a table called teacher has subject, and here are the instructions to create that table. So let's create this table. So you can see here's the query, here's the DDL query to create a table. By using the command create table, we can create a table. So here's the name. The teacher has table is the name of this table. Teacher has subject is the name of this table, and here are the instructions to create this table. So the first is the column name should equal to subject ID. Here's the column name, and it should be int. The data type should be int and not null. The next column name is teacher ID. It also the data type is int and it should be also not null. And those two are the foreign keys. So by using the command foreign key, we are going to say what are the what columns are the foreign keys and their respective tables. So the first one is subject ID. The subject ID is the key. There is also a foreign key, and the reference is the subject table subject ID. And another teacher ID is also another foreign key, and the references is a teacher's table and the teacher's ID. So here's the DDL query to create a table. Now I'm going to run this. So you can see the teacher has subject table has been created, and let's see whether this has been created or not. For that, I will use the Hades software to check those database has been created or not. So here's the database, and you can see the teacher has subject table has been created. To create this table, we used DDL queries, and here's the query. In this second question, it is necessary to add a column name ID to the table name teacher has subject, which is created to store all the subjects stored by the teacher. So in the second question, we have to add a column name called ID to the above created table. So and also it should be the primary key. So let's see how I create this column. So here's the DDL query to add a column to a created table. By using this command, we can add a column to a table. So the table is teacher has subject and the column name is ID. And here are the instructions. It should be integer, not null, and it should be the auto increment, and it should be the primary key of this table. So now I'm going to run this. So you can see the query has been successfully executed, and let's see whether this has been created or not. So first I have to refresh this. I have to refresh this and let's see. So you can see the ID column has been entered, has been updated in the teacher has subject table. So you can see it has been the primary key and not auto increment, and you can see here we created the column ID in the teacher has subject table. So here's the query, here's the DDL query we used to create that column. In the third question, we have to create a table called student has subject. We have to create the table called student has subject, and here are the instructions to create that table. So like in the first question, we have to create a new table. For that, we can use the command create table. So by using the commands create table, we can create a table, and here's the name. Student has subject is the name of the new table, and here are the instructions to create that table. I'm going to run. So you can see the DDL query has been executed, and let's see whether this has been created or not. So I have to refresh this. And our database is Ranabima School. So you can see student has subject table has been created. So here are the column names, subject ID and the student ID. To create that table, we have used DDL queries, and here's the DDL query. So in the fourth question, students need to add a column name ID in the table named student has subject, which is created to store all the subjects they are learning. So in the fourth question, we have to add a column name called ID, and it should be the primary key of this table. Let's write the query to add this table. So here's the query, DDL query to create a column name, to create a new column. So first we have to set which table we are going to add this column, and in the question we have to use student has subject, and here's the name of the column. The ID is the name, and here are the instructions. First, it should be the int, and it should be not null, auto increment, and it should be the primary key of this table. Now I'm going to run this. So you can see the query has been successfully executed, and let's see whether this has been created or not. So we have to refresh the database. So you can see the new column ID has been inserted into the student has subject. To enter a new column into a table, we have used DDL queries, and here's the query we use to add a new column to a selected table. So today I have discussed the question set 45, and thank you everyone for listening.